I tend to throw away more than half of what I write. So, this was a song that I threw away. And I had written it, I was in the woods at a festival, and I had written it late last year. And I decided at the end of the weekend of the festival that no, it wasn't hitting where I needed it to hit. And so I decided to toss it. And I came out of the woods and I turned on my Facebook and I started reading the news, and it was the weekend that the Las Vegas shooting happens. And I rewrote the song. And so now it stays with me. This is called Angels. Angels worry me like a stone in my shoe. My angels worry me like a stone in my shoe. Till I get right by them, ain't nothing I can do. My angels worry me. My angels lay me down like a bullet in my chest. My angels lay me down like a bullet in my chest. So weary of this world, no time to rest. My angels lay me down. Now I can't fly. No, I can't fly. No, no, I can't fly. Away. I can't fly. Wish I could fly. No, I can't fly. I guess I would pray. My angels hold me fast like a lover in a storm. My angels hold me fast like a lover in a storm. My being angel too, but Lord, my wings are torn. My angels hold me fast. My angels carry me when I can't get off the ground. My angels carry me when I can't get off the ground. Someday I will fly again, you know it all comes around. My angels carry me. Now I can't fly. I can't fly. No, no, no. I can't fly. I can't fly. Wish I could fly. Yeah. Oh, but I can't fly. I guess I will pray. Oh, My angels carry me. My angels carry me. Thank you. Thank you. So, I'm planning on a couple of different CDs this winter that I'm going to go in the studio and record. One's going to be a second Nine Toes CD. The other one is going to be all my melancholy stuff, because you know I do the Pollyanna thing all the time, right? So I write all this sad stuff that never sees the light of day. Angels is going to be on this new project. This next song, I was going to call this folk kind of project, I was going to call it Songs I Can't Bear to Sing, but the marketer in me said that was a really bad idea. So it will not be called that. I actually wrote this in the car, sitting in the back seat, riding with Virginia and Donovan Ackley to a West Virginia Pagan Pride late last year, because I was car sick and I was trying not to throw up in their car because going through West Virginia.
Oh yeah.
If I'm driving, I'm fine. But the only times that I've ever been car sick in my whole life, both of them were as a passenger riding through.
Backseat.
Right? Backseat, West Virginia hills. Go figure. But I got a good song out of it, so.
It's worth it.
Right?
Anything.
You're just a broken wagon wheel, only gone so far. Last time you lay down to rest, wound up where you are. There ain't no fixing you anyway. Moving on. The world still turns beneath you like a song, a sad, sad song. You still hear the music, but you can't make it on your own. So you tune into the universe on some old radio. All you get is static in this house that ain't no home. And you wait for someone else to break down, break close. A feather with no wing, a lyric you can't say, and you're missing everything you had before. A wheel without a wagon, fire without that dragon. You are what you are, and you can't be anymore. A wheel, it ain't no wheel, lying in the dust, not all coming back from this firewood and rust. You're the heartbreak in that song you wrote that you can't bear to sing. Reminds you of the love you had, you messed up everything. Hurts too much to try again, so you ain't gonna let it. You tell them all you settle down. Baby, you just settled. A feather with no weight, a lyric you can't say, and you missing everything you had before. A wheel without a wagon, fire without that dragon. You are what you are, and you can't be anymore. No, no wheel, it ain't no wheel. Lying in the dust, no, no coming back from this. Firewood and rust. You're just a broken wagon wheel lying in the dust. No coming back from this. Firewood and rust. No coming back from this. Firewood and rust. Alright, that's enough sad stuff right now.
I know, but that was awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. See what happens when I'm inspired by being carsick?
Little Dewey.
Right?
Little Dewey.
Right?
We're Dewey.
You're
Don't
Dewey?
sweat.
Alright, well we're
just Dewey.
gonna kill the Dewey.
Dewey.
Newer Nine Toes. I don't think you guys have heard this. One foot on the bridge, I heard a grumble. 2 feet on the span, and it all began to rumble. 3 feet standing now. One was kind of hairy. 4 feet standing there, and 2 were downright scary. Troll, he stood before me, his hat was just a pile. That troll, he blocked my passage, his nose was full of snot. He picked his ears and scratched his eyes and smacked his crusty lips. He would not let me pass until I heard him with a kiss. It was a troll bridge, I didn't see the sign. It was a troll bridge, and if I paid some mine, I'd have paid that troll before I crossed. It would have been just fine, but it was a troll bridge, and I'd already crossed the line. Well, that troll, he blocked my passage, you know, he was just that wide, and I had urgent business on the other side. I'd like to say I tricked him, but I didn't have all week. So I closed my eyes and leaned in, and I kissed him on the cheek. I kissed a troll, and I think I liked it. You know you gotta hate that troll. Oh yes trolls who've been around for a really long time. They're not real bright, but they got the tricksy stuff down, if you know what I'm talking about. They will make the very tiniest troll bridge signs they can possibly make, and they will put them behind the biggest trees they can find on the side of the road. So all of a sudden, you're on the troll bridge, and your troll is not ready, but you still got to pay the troll. Or they will put that bouncy stuff in the bottom of those troll baskets. You know what I'm talking about. You get up, you've got your troll in hand, you throw it in, and it bounces right out the basket, right across the road. And there's a sign that says, please do not exit your vehicle. I'm just saying, you gotta pay that troll. You can pay that troll in chewing gum, better if it's chewed. You can pay that troll in lemonade, best to not be rude. You can pay that troll in beer or coin or peppermint or string. You can pay that troll, yeah, pay that troll on the Sunday thing. You can pay that troll in down ones if it's all you got on hand. You can pay that troll in popcorn or a pocket full of sand. You can pay that troll in shiny stuff or a bucket full of soul. Whatever the bridge, whatever the way, you gotta pay the troll. It was a troll bridge. I didn't see the sign. It was a troll bridge. If I had a peace of mind, I'd have paid that troll before I crossed. It would have been just fine, but it was a troll bridge. And now that troll is mine. You know you gotta pay that troll, yes you do. Yes indeed, Troll Bridge. There's a festival that I play in Virginia every few years. It's called Fertile Ground Gathering, and it's just south of DC in Virginia, and they have it at a huge, beautiful state park that's just outside of Quantico. But you step onto the park, and it's lush and green, and most definitely there is all kinds of fey activity there. And there's this little footbridge, and every time I cross that bridge, I'm looking for the troll that lives under it. So that song actually was inspired by that little footbridge.
Very cool.
I know there's a troll that lives under that bridge. They can make themselves look like part of the bridge. So, let's see here, because I want to get in all of the new stuff. Because I haven't seen you guys in a year.
We ain't going anywhere.
Right?
You can play it though if you want.
Yay!
You can sing.
No, you don't want me to do that.
Oh yeah, we do.
Go for it.
I'm
If your fingers start to bleed, we'll just
I'm
give you
just-
Band-Aids. It'll be alright.
right. I'm just going in alphabetical order here, going what have they not heard yet? Because that's what I want to do, is all of the new stuff. Actually, I don't think you've ever heard this. This is not new, but it is one that I've never recorded, and it's going to be. I've started finally writing some music for Florida, for the state that I live in. That I love Florida. And there's a river, the Santa Fe River in Florida, and it's beautiful, and it's one of the slowest moving rivers in the entire state. You're probably familiar with the Santa Fe. And it's absolutely beautiful, but it's really slow moving, so it's one that's very popular with inner tubers, rafters, all that kind of stuff. You just float down this river. And it does a very Florida thing, because it disappears into a sinkhole and then reemerges about 3 miles downstream, back up. That part you don't want to do in the inner tube, I'm just saying. But it's the Santa Fe, and it's absolutely beautiful. And a few years ago, I wrote this song for a song contest, and I got like in the top 10 or something. I still think it's a really good song.
Slow she rolls, tan and brown, feeds the trees that feed her, and when she floats underground, you think you can't see her. She still eddies her like this ribbon is a gift. Slows my soul right down, yeah. All I gotta do is drift. I wanna stare up at the sky, float lazy like a leaf along the way. Sink, gonna drop myself right in, gonna bathe my aching soul. I'm gonna pray, rise. I'm gonna turn and taste that sun, and every time my life runs too swift, I'm gonna make my way down the Santa Fe. Pour myself in, drift. Bend my knee like cypress, take my time to grow, feel that water wash over me, watch the manatee roll. I lift my head and dry my wings and close my eyes a bit. Don't need much of anything. All I gotta do is dream. I'm gonna stare up at the sky, float lazy like a leaf along the way. Sink, I'm gonna drop myself right in, gonna bathe my aching soul. I'm gonna pray, rise. I'm gonna turn and taste that sun, and every time my life runs too swift, I'm gonna make my way down the Santa Fe. Pour myself in, drift. Drift river, Saint River, rise, river, drift. Drift river, Saint River, rise, river, drift. Drift river, Saint River, rise, river, drift. I'm gonna make my way down the Santa Fe. Make my way down Santa Fe.
So I've got something that's really, really new. I have a friend in Central Florida, another Florida song, kind of sort of in the way. I have this friend in Florida that she does plant rescues. Okay? So
I don't know anything about that.
you don't know anything about that.
No liberations either.
Right. Well, she's part of a plant rescue society. That they get the phone call that an area is about to be bulldozed and developed into whatever. You know, we've got pipeline being laid all over Florida.
Right.
And they go out, all these mostly women, retired, go out in their sun hats with their little trowels and, you know, as many little tiny pots as they can, and they dig up as many of the indigenous and endangered plants that they possibly can from the site and move them to safer ground.
Nice.
Well, she's very politically active. She does a million other things, but this is the thing that's near and dear to her heart. But she confesses quite often that she feels like she should do more. And I wrote this for her. I'm trying to think if you guys know Teresa Lutz, my friend Teresa. I don't remember if they came up here or not, so maybe not, but you'll probably meet her one
Not
day.
yet in this time.
Because she gets all over.
We'll talk about that.
So, I just wrote this a few months ago, and before I left Florida, I did a house concert at her house. And I played it for the first time in front of people, with her in the room. And it was all I could do not to cry all the way through it because she wept all the way through it. And it's not really a sad song, but... Pipelines and parking lots grow faster than the trees that are slowly disappearing with the oxygen we breathe. She can't save the whole world. She scoops them one by one, moving tiny roots on down the road before the backhoes come. You can't do it all yourself, so don't you even try. You can do one thing at a time. They leveled off the hilltops and they stripped that earth right down. And once they've stolen all they can, they're off to kill another town. He finds himself a broken mountain and buys 1 acre at a time. Hopes to get it all paid off and reclaimed before he dies. You can't do it all yourself, so don't you even try. You can do one thing at a time.
one tiny light, one broken wing, one hungry soul, one song to sing. You can't do it all yourself. It makes you wanna cry. Oil spills out in the Gulf and coats that seagull's wings. They'd rather pay the penalties for the profit black gold brings. One tiny heart beats in her hand. She scrubs the tar away. 100 more may die tonight, but this one flies away. You can't do it all yourself, no. So don't you even try. You can do one thing at a time. You can't do it all yourself. Don't you even try. You can do one thing. You gotta do something. You can do one thing at a time.
All right. I agree with her.
What?
It is a heart-touching Magick cry song.
That's for those people who always are trying to do more than one thing at a time.
Right?
Okay, so maybe it
My eyes
just resonates.
My eyes seem to have sprung a leak.
And
See?
see,
See, two of
sometimes,
us.
and see, sometimes I don't just write about the stupid stuff people do. Sometimes you guys inspire me and I actually write other things as well. All right, so here's my story and I'm sticking to it. I have a new bard in my head. And she's just, I was calling her the space bard and I twinged every time I said it. She is an intergalactic bard. She's 30, we are 30,000 years into the future, with a couple of problems. We have established ourselves well all over the galaxy, but we have not conquered faster than light speed travel. There are no wormholes, there's none of that sci-fi shit. If it's 85 light years away, it's gonna take you about 90 years to get there. So space travel is cheap, sleep is expensive. And Ava grew up in a colony that was all about raising, growing kind of superhumans, really, really intelligent. And her particular intelligence was musical. And so by the time she's a young teen, she decides that she's going to go to Earth Home and study music there, which is hard for her because she's a spacer. But she goes and studies, and she discovers that what she really wants to do is she wants to revive the bardic tradition in the stars. And so she takes a name, I haven't found the name yet, by the way. She takes a name, She Walks the Stars. And it's in Navajo, that's what she's telling me. I told you she's in my head. And I haven't found the right translation. I found several other Native American translations, but I haven't found one in any of the Navajo languages yet, and she's arguing with me that it's got to be that. So I'll know it when I hear it. In the meantime, she goes out to a station to play a gig. She takes a contract to go out to this Ford station outside of Aldebaran, and she meets a girl. This young girl, not a young girl. She's old enough. And this girl appears to be goofy and giddy and kind of smitten beforehand, even with the bar. She's like, "Oh, I grew up on this Ford station, and I'm so excited to meet you, and but my parents talked about you the whole time I was growing up, and I've heard all your music, and I just love it, and I just oh." Well, the bard figures she's only there for about a year, about an Earth year's time, and so she figures this girl might be fine. And then she finds out that this girl is not what she seems. Find it, Gina, find it. Brain. On the bed, and she lifted her head. She laughed like a child, but she was no child. I reached for the light and the comfort of night. She gripped my hand, and there was fear in her smile. It's black in the void and the night, they are long days, what you make it, but the monsters ain't gone. Call me fool, and I won't see you around. Please leave the light on. She let me take her, and she held her own. Then she wept like a child, but this was no child. She might have run or she might have slept, but she stayed in my arms, trailing and wild. There are worlds out there where the sun's never set. I want to die there so I can forget what's under my skin that you haven't seen yet. Please leave the light on. Days we slept and made love in the light, and then she turned on a smile, but that was no smile. Ready to show you what's under my skin. If you're gone in the morning, I'll understand. With that she raised her hand and let the night in. She shone like the
scar, marked her as a slave. But she was no slave, a child of pain. She fought her way to land in my arms, across the stars and light years away. Now we walk the stars, her hand in mine. The path between suns, it's not a straight line. Call me a fool, but I love how she shines when she turns the night on. Yes, it's black in the void and the night, they are long. Days watch you make it, but the monsters ain't gone. Call me a fool, and I won't see you're wrong. Leave the lights on. Thank you. So this is going to be a huge story arc. Because Camera, she glows in the dark. So she hides in the light. Because she's an escaped corporate sex slave who has been shipped all over the galaxy to serve whomever has purchased her most recently. But she escaped a few years before Ava showed up on this void station. So the Bard can't quite figure out why she is so attracted to this girl, because the Bard has never had a very long-term relationship. It's the nature of what she does. You know, she's gonna go somewhere that's gonna be 85 light years away, and by the time she wakes up, she's, you know, just a year or two older, but everybody she's left behind is, you know, yeah. And so she, and frankly, Camera, the girl, has never had a real relationship either, because she wakes up, services, and, you know, gets sent on to the next stop. But they fell in love. And this is all tied in some respects, with the Nine Toes story in the long run. And I'm trying to find the song because I don't want to screw up the lyrics. And I can't remember the name of it. So hang on a minute. My brain just went.
Wait, are we doing the intermission song with the pop go to the lobby?
Yes, y'all go to the lobby.
Okay.
Y'all,
Or to the bathroom.
you can
Or
do that.
the bathroom.
Yes, well, I find this next one because I don't want to screw up the lyrics because it's really, really new. Damn, what did I do with this song? I have lost it. I'll find it.
I love
You guys do the intermission song.
You're just a mess.
No, it's not it.
I want my dancing food to drink.
There it is.
Okay.
Oh.
Ask and you shall receive. I will do what I can.
What do you think so far? What do you think so far?
Oh my gosh. They're awesome.
This is some crazy shit, man.
It's awesome stuff.
It's fun. It's truly fun. This next song that I'm going to play, I was terrified to play it in front of people for the first time because I wrote it just before I left for a festival in southern Indiana. And Brian Hankey was going to be there. And I don't finger pick. You know, I'm a rhythm player. I don't finger pick. But Ava made me finger pick this song, this ballad.
Oh no.
And so I was terrified. I was like, I can't play this song. The only way that I can play this song is if I play it for Brian Henke first and get it out of my system so I don't flip out on stage. And so Brian is a friend of mine, and he is like so not ego, but his graciousness with other musicians and his making room for them on stage with him and encouraging those of us who know all of 3 and 4 chords is absolutely amazing. And he'll make you just feel so comfortable, right? And but I know he's a guitar god, right? And so I had been set up for a day, and I'd been practicing out of this piece. And he got there, and I said, Brian, I said, sit down. I said, I have to play something for you. I said, this was part of my to-do list this week before I could play it for anybody else. So I played it for him. And he was very, very kind and told me that it was probably one of the best songs I'd ever written. And I think it's just because I'm finger picking it, and he's so damn proud that he finally got me to do it. Because he is a huge influence, even though I will never play like Brian Henke. Actually, nobody plays like Brian Henke.
I was gonna say, I don't know anybody who could.
Yeah.
Did
So
we find the
I
same
did. So thank you very much for the intermission music. So the next contract that the Bard takes is on a world about 35 light years away, and it's in a star system where the sun is dying, and it's going to brown dwarf. It's not going to do anything exciting. It's just going to simply finally go out. Well, that star system, that particular system, was settled by a Shinto monastery 10,000 years earlier to witness the dying of a sun, specifically for that purpose, to chronicle that. And the planet that they're on actually was not an original planet in the star system. They know that it was originally part of a comet that fell within the realm of the sun. And so they are getting ready to leave in another 100 years or so, because this solar system is becoming untenable to live in anymore. The star is not a brown dwarf yet, but it's heading in that direction, and their time there is about done. And so they contract with Ava to come out, spend a full solar year, which is about 3.5 Earth years. I'm telling you, this story is like in my head. And she must spend the full solar year observing the sun and that solar system, and her commission is to write one song, and it's a song for the dying sun. Yeah, so I didn't write that song. She takes a camera with her. The girl, the young woman that glows in the dark, and they're a thing. Except neither one of them has ever had a real relationship before. But now they're at this Shinto monastery for 3.5 Earth years, and they've got to figure out how to live with each other and figure out what this thing is. And Ava writes this. I was on a straight line, never veering from my path. My own light in the dark void, nothing to distract. A heart of ice on fire in every single eye, jealous of my freedom. As I blazed across the sky, you are golden brilliance and a warmth that radiates, a gravity more tempting than any eye would ever taste. Now
caught up in your orbit, and I'm bending to your form, and I find myself revolving in a circle of your warmth. Hail the sun, that is you in my life. Even as you melt this ice away, I become less of me, more of you with each passing day. Hail the sun, I was on a straight line, now you're the center of it all, and I can't help returning, ever turning as I fall, growing in the falling and letting go my fear, and our embrace may last a million years. Hail the sun, that is you in my life. Even as you melt this ice away, I become less of me, more of you with each passing day. Hail the sun, hail the sun. I was on a straight line, never veering from my path. My own light in the dark void, nothing to distract. Now dancing in your orbit, and it's clear I'll never leave. Someday I'll crash into you, and I will cease to be. Hail the sun, that is you in my life. Even as you melt this ice away, I become less of me, more of you with each passing day. Hail the sun, hail the sun. And all my birds are writing love songs lately. I don't understand it. Just as I'm happily single for the first time.
I was gonna say, I think they started trying to match that.
No, we've had that talk.
Oh, okay.
No. But you remember Giancarlo Espada, the guy from the guy that lays down his sword at the end of Battle for the Moon.
Right.
And you know, the rest of the story is that he is going to apprentice himself to Nine Toes, and he will become also the love of her life. But he becomes a bard in his own rights, right? And this song is one of his gifts to her. I don't often write love songs, but when I do, I write the song I wish somebody else would sing for me. No. Truly, Giancarlo wrote this.
You are the salt and the sweet on my tongue. You are the hammer that gets the things done. You are everything that I'm not running from, and I follow you. Your voice I hear in the still of the night, and your smile I crave in the dim morning light. You're the one I've been looking for all of my life, and I'd follow you anywhere when I don't follow. You stand when I am lost. You shine when I am weary. Your hand, it always finds mine. You're the sun and the moon and the stars in my sky. You're the ground beneath my feet, and you never ask why. You're the lift in my wings and the reason I fly, and I follow you anywhere. This heart of darkness, you shine so bright. Don't know why you love me, and try as I might. You are everything that I've ever done right, and I follow you anywhere. When I don't follow, you stand. When I am lost, you shine. When I am weary, your hand, it always finds mine. You are the salt and the sweet on my tongue. You are the hammer, yes, that gets the things done. You are everything, oh no, everything that I'm not running from, and I follow you. I follow you. Yes, I follow you.
Thank you. All right, so one more. Oh, stop. I have a ton more, but no. Oh, I know what I need to do.
We're not gonna blow the recover.
That's right. We're gonna let my voice hang on. You probably heard this. You guys may not have heard it because it's been a while since I've seen you. I don't know if I was doing this last year. The first time that I passed that kilted laddie on the corner, I thought I heard a bell ring, and then I thought of it no more. The second time I passed that kilted laddie on the corner, I thought I heard a bell ring,
but I couldn't say for sure. Every day that week as I stepped across the street, I saw that cute little laddie, heard a bell as clear as day, ringing in my head, and that laddie, he was smiling, shy, and I so sweetly, and I thought I heard him say, ring it once, me laddie, and make her look, me laddie, ring it twice to win her smile on her way. Ring it thrice for true love, oh, it's everlasting. And if you want to keep her, you'll ring it every day. He looked at me, his eyes so green, he took my hands in his. And then I heard that bell go mad, oh, you know I did. I said, did you just hear that? He said, what you hear me, lass? A bell, a bell, it rings every time I pass. I pass you on this corner, and I hear that ringing sound. And he said, I hear bells, lass, whenever you're around. I looked into his eyes and I was under his sweet spell. I thought I heard him singing softly to himself. Ring it once, me laddie, and make her look, me laddie. Ring it twice to win her smile on her way. Ring it thrice for true love, oh, it's everlasting. And if you want to keep her, you'll ring it every day. We met for tea and coffee, then we brunched and then we picnicked. The conversations lingered and grew deeper over time. His kisses were delicious and his touch was so electric. And every moment with him, I heard that sweet bell chime. Till the night when our clothes fell off the door, they fell off quick, and I saw it for the first time, that bell dangling from his. Did you know how much I loved you? From the first time that I saw you, 'tis a family tradition and not some parlor trick. My father and his father and his father's father too, been blessed by the wee folk with this little spell. We ring it out for true love, so you know that I'm true love. And if you be me bride, I will love you well. I saw him in his glory with that little bell a dangling. It was hard. It was hard to look away. I see a laddie, and I hear you laddie, and I believe you laddie, and this is what I say. Ring it for me, laddie, ring it for me, laddie, ring it twice to win this smile upon my face. Ring it thrice for true love, 'cause you know I love your laddie. And if you want to keep me, you'd best ring it every day. Ring it once, me laddie, and make her look, me laddie. Ring it twice to win her smile on her way. Ring it thrice for true love, oh, that's everlasting. And if you want to keep her, you'll ring it every day. If you want to keep her, you will ring it every day. and I have to tell you, that's a true story.
Yes, yes.
So I'm at a festival. I'm at a festival and I've just played like a big 2-hour concert. Got all my stuff off the stage in a hurry so the next band could go on. I'm standing in the back of the Great Hall. There's 150 people dancing up and down to the next band, and I'm just in the back cooling off. And this young, very, very handsome gentleman staggers up to me, and he's kilted. And he starts hitting on me, and I finally had to stop him. I said, sweetheart, you're beautiful, but I'm old enough to be your grandmother. And he says, you're really hot for a grandma. I said, no. I said, son, you need to sit down. You had a wee bit to drink. He says, wait, before I go, I got something to show you. And he starts lifting his kilt, which he is wearing properly, I might add. And he's lifting his kilt, and there at the end of everything that God has ever gifted a man is a piercing and a bell. And he's ringing that bell with no hands. And I didn't quite know what to say. And he's holding his kilt up with one hand, he's pointing with the other, the bell's going mad. And he says, you should write a song about that. And so,
That's so
it's a true story. I can't even make this stuff up. So, I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for listening.